pretty that shade is. It's so pretty. Hey guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing a price point video. We haven't done a price point video in so long. So we are doing a full face of makeup using products under $25. So a full face of clean makeup under $25. And we created this makeup look and I'm really happy with how it came out. I would love to know down below what other price point buckets you want me to hit. I definitely want to do one that's super expensive and one, and by super expensive, I mean kind of in the higher price point and kind of the mid-tone like price point and all of that. But I would love to know what other price points you want me to hit, talk about, and all of that. What other looks you want me to create, if you want me to do. It's been a while since I've done half a face that's with more expensive makeup and half a face that's more affordable makeup. So maybe that's one I'll do next. But let me know down below because I love to hear from you guys. And yeah, I just want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this full face of makeup using products under $25. A full face of makeup using products that are under $25. I tried to really grab from a bunch of different brands because there are some brands that just have everything under $25, and so they have a lot more options, but I tried to kind of pick and make sure it was kind of varying. So it's not just one brand. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into it. I'm excited. First things first, we're gonna start with brows and we're gonna go on with this brow gel. This is a clear brow gel from Exa Beauty. And I really like this spoolie because it's kind of, it's not teeny tiny, but it's on the smaller end. So I feel like a lot of people with different size brows can use this and not worry about stuff getting all over their face when it's kind of a bigger applicator or brush. And we're just going to gel up our brow hairs. Brows are gelled. Now we're going to go on with a brow pencil and we're going to use this one from Jason Wu Beauty. And this is in the shade dark brown or, okay, no, not even close, medium. And I'm just going to make sure I get, I'm almost out of this. Oh, I need to repurchase this. I have a very little bit left. So hopefully we can fill it in. And I'm going to focus first on the scar and then just lightly filling in the ends. The rest of the brow I kind of just leave alone. So that's what we're going to do. Brows are filled. Now we're going to go on with an illuminating product that is going to go underneath the base product, and it's this one. It is from Burst, and this is their glow drops, or is that the full name? Moonlighting glow drops, and I have two shades here, bronzed and what's this one? Golden. So we're going to do a mix of two shades. We're going to do a little bit more of golden actually than bronzed, just because of kind of where my complexion's at. And always mix, that's really with anything, always make sure you do a mix. So this is kind of the mix of the two that I'm doing. That's both of them on the back of my hand, and we're going to do just a mixie of the two, and I'm going to just apply it directly to my face. So it does have a little bit of bronze to it, but it isn't too extreme. And we're just going to blend it in with my fingers. Glow drops are on. Now we're going to go on with a foundation, and I wasn't sure which one to go with. I grabbed two. I think I know which one I'm going to go with, but I'm going to let you know which one. So this one is the Unfoundation from Undone Beauty. This is their glow one, and the other option is from About Face. It's their foundation. This one's a little bit more buildable, so I think I'm going to go with this one because the Undone Beauty one is more of a light coverage one, and right now we have some hyperpigmentation that popped up. And we need to at least tone her down. So I think I'm going to do a mix of these two shades. I have M2 Neutral. Yes, M2 Neutral and MD. 1 or 2 and MD Neutral. Anything that's on a reflective packaging like this, or not packaging, sticker like this, my eyes are like, no, we're not going to be able to read that today. But anyways, we're going to do a mix of the two. I do think that M2 Neutral is probably going to be a little bit more my shade, but I'm going to do a mix of the two, but we'll see. So this is M2 neutral, and then I'm going to do just a dab of MD2 neutral. And I'm just going to take it. I like that this has kind of a doe foot applicator. I really enjoy that. Oh, that's dark, actually. I'm immediately like, oh, I don't know about that. We might have to do a little bit more of M2 neutral to kind of balance that out, because that's a lot darker than I remember it being. Because I always kind of just grab this one, but I do want a little bit of a bronze. So these are the two shades so that you can see. So we have M2 neutral and then MD2 neutral. And we're going to do a mixy-poo of the two. I'm going to mix them on the back of my hand first. We're just going to get it all up in this brush here. It's called priming the brush. I don't know who coined the name priming the brush. I know it was a celebrity makeup artist. I don't know who it was, but now I always like calling it that. Anyways, and we're gonna probably be helpful if my hair was out of my face, and we're gonna just blend it all over the face. Yeah, that's a good shade match, I would say, for my neck and everything. Foundation is blended. I feel like I got a nice medium coverage out of that. You can definitely build it up to be a little bit more like medium plus coverage. Full coverage, I feel like I just have to apply too much product to kind of get full coverage. However, you can kind of get it there. I do prefer kind of, in general, on my skin, I prefer a light to medium, maybe medium plus coverage depending on the day, but I feel like I got good coverage. What do you guys think of the foundation and the shade and all of that? Now we're going to move on to concealer, and we have two options. One is from Thread Beauty. It is their concealer, and this is so affordable. This is like $8, which is bananas. And then we also have the Ami Collet concealer, and I'm kind of thinking I might do both, but we'll see. So I'm going to do Thread Beauty first under my eyes. And oh, I should tell you the shade. I got the shade 4 or 5. 4, which is tan golden beige. And we're going to do just a little bit, because this does have the coverage here, packs a punch. So we're not going to get too crazy. But we're going to apply a little bit. And I think I'm actually going to blend this one with a sponge. So I'm going to use a beauty sponge here that I've already wet. And I'm going to really focus the concealer where I put it, and then lightly kind of tap it out, but I want to make sure it kind of stays where I placed it. Concealer's blended. What do you guys think of the coverage? You can get some nice good coverage with this concealer, and it is like a very little bit, goes a long way. I do want to layer it up for you guys just so you can see kind of how it layers, because it layers really nicely. So I'm just going to take a little bit more, just that much on both sides. And this one I don't like to let sit. I like to kind of blend out right away, but you can let it sit. I wouldn't let it sit too long. You can kind of let it sit maybe 45 seconds, but then blend it out because you don't want it to kind of dry down on you. I'm just going to blend with a sponge. And I'm not going to drag out the concealer. I'm going to kind of keep it concentrated right here. Under eye concealer is blended. Now I think I'm going to take the Ami Collet concealer, and I'm going to mix these two shades together. So I have the shade medium 2.5 and medium 2, and I'm going to mix them together on the back of my hand. Mix with my finger like this, and then I'm going to just take a little bit with, maybe I'll just do it with my finger, and place it right here where I have the most hyperpigmentation. I do have a little bit on my nose right here, but not really. I mean, it's not really much. It's just a little bit of something. Okay, everything's blended. What do you think of the complexion and how it's kind of looking right now? Let me know down below. Now I want to go on with bronzer, and we're going to go on with the LYS Beauty bronzer. I wear the shade Harmony in this, and I'm going to put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take a brush and just dip in, and we're going to kind of build up the bronze on our face. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a brush, and I'm going to dip into what's left on the back of my hand and pull it down my nose. And then we are going to blend with this brush. And I pulled it across my nose here to kind of give a little bit more of a sun-kissed look without it being the full nose, if that makes sense. Even though pulling bronzer down the full nose is totally fine, but it kind of depends on how much you want. We are bronze. Now we're going to move on to blush. And I have a powder and I also have a more cream option. So the first one is from Jason Wu Beauty. It's their Hot Fluff and it's a lipstick. You can use it on your eyes. You can use it on your cheeks. It's great. And I have two shades. This one is Cannoli. I believe it's Cannoli. Yes, Cannoli. And then we have this one, which is Nutmeg, I believe. Wait, I should make sure I'm not lying. Nutmeg Spice. So we have Cannoli here, and then we have Nutmeg here. I think I'm gonna go with Nutmeg, and I'm gonna use a blush brush and kind of dip in and then just kind of build up from there. Oh, look how pretty that shade is. It's so pretty. I always forget to use this specific shade, and I always, once I start using it again, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stop. This is so pretty. So we're just gonna go through and blend and kind of build up. Okay, I'm loving how that's looking. Now we're gonna go on with a powder blush, and I'm gonna go on with another Jason Wu Beauty product. We have his blush kind of trios, and I love them. They're so pigmented. They're so pigmented, so don't get crazy. So we have this one here, which is Drive to Napa. I love this shade here. Wrong one. This one is so good. And we have this one here, which is Babe from Saint Tropez. This is stunning in this shade in summer. Girl. And then lastly, we have this one, which is Sexed, and it is so beautiful. I don't know if you can tell. Look at the reflect. I don't know if you can tell, but look at the kind of sheen. They're so beautiful. I think I'm gonna go with this one, the Drive to Napa, because this shade is just calling my name right now. So I'm gonna dip into that shade with a duo fiber brush. Just dip in. These are very pigmented. I'm already made so many mistakes off on the back of my hand. Like, I'm not even messing around, and I'm grabbing the brush by the back, and we're just gonna very lightly, because I'm already prepared for this to get away from me very quickly. So we're just gonna lightly build it up, and we're not gonna press hard with this on the face. Okay, really happy with that flush. What do you guys think? I think it's so pretty. I am obsessed. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes, or no, wait, we actually have highlight. We have two options. We have one from Undone Beauty. It's their water highlight, and this is in the shade, what is it, Rose? Yeah, wait, Rose something. Rose Lit, and let me do it on the back of my hand here. So it's more on the, yeah, you can see it there. It's more on the pink side, which is really pretty. Or we have one from LYS Beauty, which is really pretty. And this is in the shade Brave. And I'll do that next to the, so you can kind of see the difference. So one is more on the pink side and more cool tony. And then this is more on the gold side. What vibe do I want? We could always do both. Let's do both. While we're doing it, let's do both. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a little bit of the Brave one first. And I'm going to just take a little bit on the back of my hand and use my finger. So I'm going to dip in to what I put on the back of my hand here. And we're going to just lightly tap it. And also do it down our nose. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Undone Beauty and on my finger, just layer it on top, because you can never have too much highlight. Now it's time for the eyes, and we have a bunch of options. We have a few palettes and a few sticks and all of that. I think I'm going to do a combo of a bunch. So the first one is from Undone Beauty, and it is their Bare palette. And this is what it looks like, and I feel like there's some real fun shades in here that we should definitely use today. And then we have this palette from Pacifica, and this one is their Animal Kingdom or Animal Magic. I think it's Animal Magic palette. Wait, it should say it on here. Duh. Does it? Animal Magic. It says it at the bottom in the back. So we also have this one, and I think we're going to do a combo of everything. So I'm going to actually start with the shade here, which I believe is the shade Stag. And I'm going to just dip in with a crease brush and tap off, because I don't want too much and we're just gonna kind of build up. Then I'm gonna take that same shade and pull it on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this shade here, it's the shade Mouse, and I'm going to kind of pack that on my lid. And by pack that sounds crazy. I'm going to take a little bit and just put it here on the outer edge, and I'm just going to place it. I don't want it to go too high up, so I'm just going to place it and kind of drag it along the lash line. And then I'm just going to blend with this brush here, the same crease brush that I used to begin with. And that same shade I'm going to drag on the lower half of my, like the outer half of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to grab the Undone Beauty palette, and I'm actually going to take this, I just have it on the back of my finger. So I have this like gold shade and then this super bright white shade. I'm going to take both of them on the back of my hand, mix them together. You see, to create kind of a brighter shade. Oh my gosh, my dog is so loud right now. And I'm going to place it in the inner corners. Now that we are done with the palettes, I want to go on with this eyeshadow pen from Freck Beauty. And this is in the shade, what is it, Wetlands. And I want to kind of build up on the lash line and kind of darken it up a bit. And then I'm going to just buff with my finger. I'm happy with how that is kind of coming together. What do you guys think? Now we're going to go on with a mascara. And the mascara I chose is this one from Ami Collet. And this one I like to clean the wand off, the brush off, because I feel like if I don't, then there's just too much product on the wand for me. And then I'm going to take a humbling mirror and get really close, like make sure I get really close to the lash line. So I'm going to do 2 coats on the top and just one kind of light coat on the bottom. All right, I am happy with how that is coming together. Now, before we move on to the lips, I do want to set my face with a little bit of setting powder. And today I picked the Range Beauty setting powder. I actually think I saw them on Sephora now. I don't know if it's only on their website, but that's really exciting. I have the shade Medium in this. I'm just going to take a little bit on a little brush like this, and I'm going to just focus on the T-zone. Face is set. I really like the setting powder. It's nice and it's not too drying. And if you do have like dryness or eczema or anything like that on your face, which I do have right now with my chin because of the hyperpigmentation, it doesn't cling to it, which is really nice, so it doesn't exaggerate or anything. We are moving on to the lips, and I'm just wiping off what I have. So I'm kind of feeling a gloss. So I think that's what we're going to do, but I'm going to do a lip liner first. We're going to do the Tower 28 multi-liner. This is in the shade, okay, can I sharpen my things? This is the dullest. We might not get a lot out of this. I might have to go get a sharpener, but this is in the shade Draw Me. And I just want to do a light line. So we might be able to just, I'm scratching my lips like crazy right now. Oh my God. And then I'm just going to blend out that line with my finger. All right, happy with that. Now we have a couple of options, and I think I know what direction we're going to go in, but we have 2 glosses from Undone Beauty. Very pretty. This one is in the shade Touch of Mahogany, and this one is something pink, barely pink. And then we also have this berry shade. What is it? Something berry? Berry Jam from In Beauty Project. I'm kind of thinking maybe a little bit of Touch of Mahogany and then some Berry Jam. Does that sound insane? That sounds insane, but let's try it out. All right, I'm actually really liking that lip combo. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else on top. Love to know down below, what do you guys think of the makeup look, of the lip, of all of that? Also, leave a comment down below on what other kind of price point videos you wanna see me film. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my full face of makeup using products under $25. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.